Then I find this, place in regards of Roman Catholics, in regards of our duty is to obey the United Nations and all that, in regards of Pope Francis. And this Roman Catholic guy and others are talking about, that it's outrageous and this and that and all that, and then, people talk, I'll pray for him or pray the rosary, or, if you have any rosaries, take the rosaries and just go to the trash can. And before you throw them in the trash can, you might just, rip them apart and just let them fall down in the trash can, okay? There's nothing to do with the Bible, okay? Get to Jesus Christ, not Mary bullshit and all these, it's like the Mohammedans are using the things, Roman Catholics are using the things, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the New Agers, and so forward. Was that what Yeshua said? Or Jesus? No, he didn't say we should use pearls and this and that, Anyway, so you have all these things, in regards to this, it's like, how many things do you need to see from this filthy institution that you're part of before you wake up? Wake up and find out that you're in the system of the whore. Being led by the Antichrist. You people, how much is the tree going to need to be shaken for you to open your eyes and find out something is wrong? Something is wrong. I was like, I don't understand it. How much I can hear you Roman Catholics and finding out, this issue here, issue there, issue whatever, and all that. You're seeing all these issues, and then you use, some of you just use these, what is it called in English, it's like excuses, that's the word. You use these excuses, to stick to this filthy cult, which has never been Christian in the first place. It was already there before Jesus came into the world 2,000 years ago, or around 2,000, 2,000 years ago. Anyway, so it's nearly 2,000 years ago since Yeshua was actually executed. We are going closer to that. Anyway, so he should, 2,000 years ago, he should actually be alive. I'm not sure how old he should be. Any case, whatever. You see all these things that is going on with your institution, with the papacy, the popacy, as I usually call it, and all that, and you just can't. You just stick to this filthy system. You can see it, and you make excuses, and you stick to this filthy system. How much does the tree needs to be shaken for you to open your eyes? Yeah. It's like, all this worship of idols and images, bowing down before them, making the upside cross. Yeah, it's an upside cross. Look at it. It's an upside cross. People can't even see it's an upside cross that you guys are making. Like, and you make it one way and the Orthodox make it another way, and I don't really care because I wouldn't ever do it, Doesn't matter if it's this way or that way or whatever, it's an upside cross, and why are you making an upside cross? Anyway, so I wouldn't even care if it was like a cross in the right direction and whatever, I guess you might explain it with some in regards to Peter was executed upside down, whatever. Anyway, so. And the smoking things in regards of these idols and, images and the cookie, of course. You have the cookie. You're bowing down before a cookie. A cookie! It's a cookie! Well, actually, it's a, unleavened, the unleavened wafer in regards of your God. Your God. You have a cookie as a God. You put it on the altar, right? A round thing there, and then you have the sunburst around it, and you're allowed to worship this cookie, because, you believe it's God. It's outrageous. You people, I have to, you have to wake up. Oh, you can also eat your God, right? Martin Luther still had issues with this doctrine, but he did see the Mass of the Roman Catholics as the greatest abomination on this earth. Yet he still had some issues. But, Luther was not the only Protestants that was out there. So just because he had some issues, and everybody we are, as long as people are trying to pull rope, that's the important thing. You can always find issues here and there if you're, looking for it. The question is, are we actually trying to grow in truth and actually seek out truth and all that? Or are we just willingly deceiving and lying to protect our own filthy, pagan, satanic, Roman, universal cult of Romanism? I don't know, it's just no one is speaking up about it because we have this ecumenical love these days, right? Because it seems to be heading for the New World Order, or actually just the Old World Order, with the Pope as, the highest authority on this earth. Now, of course, personally, I call it Pope Doom, because that's what pretty much it is, It's Pope Doom. It's not the New World Order. It's not the Old World Order. It's just the Pope Doom. And it's really smelling and disgusting. But anyway, of course, we know in regards to prophecy and all that. But we know that Yeshua will return and, pretty much cast whosoever is in that position, of the papacy, and cast him into the lake of fire when Yeshua returns and restores. We're praying, let thy kingdom come, because as it is in heaven, let it be on earth, So we are awaiting his return to set up his kingdom here on earth, as the Jews actually was looking for when he came first time. And one of the reasons why they rejected him, because, they were thinking, hey, he's coming back to make Israel great again. We will have a great nation and so forward. But, that was not the thing. We'll throw out the Romans and we'll have our own, and Israel will be great and this and that. But, no. Yeshua did not come to set up the, he came to die for sinners the first time. Now the next time he's coming, he's going to set up this kingdom as the Jews were looking for. But they didn't get that he was coming twice. So, I have something in regards to the kitchen. Was there any other I know my memory is not always working. There's so many informations and all that. And I'm still trying to get it all. But I don't get you Catholics. Didn't I put coffee? I didn't put coffee in it. Just a little squeeze of coffee. Nothing, it seems. Apparently. Oh, maybe there is. Let's see. No, it's just water. Apparently. Looks. Anyway, I don't get you Catholics. How much does the tree needs to be shaken? You do all these excuses. You begin to see the issues of the Roman Catholic Church here and there, and yet. You stick to this filthy system. I just don't understand you guys, Wake up! And, you have all these, twisting of the scriptures as well. It's just like, give me a break, Don't call anyone on earth Father. And what are you calling? Those... Oh, Father my this and Father my that. Well, we only have one Father, and that's, the one in heaven. No. But you have, of course, all the priests of the Roman Catholic priest and whatever. And, of course, you have the Pope, right? The so-called Holy Father. Well, I would call him the unholy faker. That's what he is. Nothing, just... It's Pontifex Maximus, the high pagan priest of sun worship. Anyway, solar worship, like Constantine was. Actually, if you look on this Roman religion, it goes back, as far as I can see, to the time of nearly the conception of the Roman nation, in regards of when it was a kingdom. According to Wikipedia, the Pontifex Maximus got his instructions by the second king already. So that's at the conception, or the very beginning of the Roman nation, in some sense. The first, what was it called? The first government type. We have different government types in the Roman, Roman nation, or whatever you want to call it, empire. But anyway, you have different, In any case, and now of course you have the poop doom. So, but anyway, how much do you Roman Catholics actually need of evidence that something is terrible wrong? Now, of course, you could just read the scriptures, right? Like the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, and actually begin to decipher, prophecy about, what is going on. And apparently, you're not so good at that either. What is the last beast of the book of Daniel? What is the last beast of the book of Daniel? You have the Babylonians, you have the Medo-Persians, you have the Greeks, and what comes next? What comes next? The Romans. Oh. And what comes out of the Roman beast? A little horn speaking great things and thinking to change times and laws. Oh, who could that be actually? Oh, who could it be that thinks to change times and laws? Who could it be? Oh, I think it's Rome. Oh yeah, history proves it. Anyway, and persecutes the saints. Oh, who could that be? Who could it possibly be? Well, it's Roman in nature, and I think all roads leads to Rome. And the Antichrist, who is its head. Anyway. So the Roman Emperor, if you can find the Roman Emperor, you have found the historical, biblical, prophetic Antichrist. You Roman Catholics are just in the thing, Just open your eyes, stop worshipping these idols, stop bowing down before them, kneeling before them, sitting down, praying and doing your filthy rosaries and all that, and stop praying to Mary. What are you guys doing? So-called Mary. And you believe that she is an everlasting virgin. Are you totally nutcase? What about reading the book of Matthew, just the first part of it, saying that Joseph knew his wife? So what happens when you know your wife? Well, you have intercourse with her, and then sometimes your wife gets pregnant, when you beget a child in her womb, when you sow the seed, then sometimes children are begotten. Oh, is it begotten? Begotten? I don't know. In any case, so she's like, come on. So she's not an everlasting virgin. She was a virgin when she had Jesus and all that, or Yeshua. But she wasn't afterwards. And of course, we know that Yeshua had brothers and sisters. But then, of course, you will say, no, this is from another marriage, because you have to just discount what is actually just there in the Bible, right? And no, Joseph was married, it's a former marriage and blah, blah, whatever. You guys are outrageous. You will just spin things and toy around with things. There's no New Testament support for that at all. It's your own traditions, whatever. Anyway. And then not only do you say, this and that, then you say that she's born without sin. Really? Where do you find that in the New Testament? Oh yeah, I remember. Nowhere! Oh, that's a little roomy. Nowhere, absolutely. And then you believe she was taken to heaven. Really? Really? She was taken to heaven. Oh yeah, she's now the queen of heaven. Really? Yeah, and it's just so much better to go to Mary than to Jesus because Mary is a woman, and you guys, you're outrageous. You are so far out. It's like, there's only one way to the Father, and that's not true. Mary is through Jesus Christ. That's Yeshua HaMashiach. Hey, give me a break, it's just one lie after another, and deceptions and all. I'm getting kind of fed up from you guys, You could have at least be honest about the things, but you people are trying to deceive. You say one thing and then another. It's just incredible, disgusting how you're actually, trying to hide what you actually believe, so you say one thing and then turn around and deceive, and, it's just incredible, Does the Bible say it's okay to lie, to defend your own religion, huh? Now, we are not told to lie or deceive anyone. We're told to say what we believe, pretty openly and not hide it away, not like, oh, you shouldn't tell them about Mary because telling these Protestants about, which actually is not that much Protestants anymore, but anyway, because they don't even know who the Antichrist is anymore, so they don't know who they protested against. In any case, you shouldn't tell, those Protestants about marriage. This is one of the last things that you tell them in regards of. It's like telling them about these, what's it called, what do the road against, this, where you pay for salvation and this and that. Do I actually have a problem? No, okay. I just went a little, it's like telling the Protestants about these, what's it called, indulgences. So don't, it's like, so don't tell them about, so you shouldn't be honest about telling what you actually believe. You're just, and you're in this Christian group, but you're not telling what you actually believe. That's just incredible. You guys are just, it's outrageous. And you look so, I met this Roman Catholic in Jerusalem. And he really had me. He really had me. I didn't know he was a Roman Catholic. And apparently he was. So at least I couldn't get him to answer when he actually became a Roman Catholic, because he had pretty much put on that he was just a Christian. But he was a Roman Catholic. Finding out like 2 years down the line or something like that, when he began to, had him on Facebook, and I'm asking him, are you, in regards of, are you a Catholic? And it's then, confessing, yeah, I'm a Catholic. I was like, when did you become a Catholic? Because I wanted to know, because something was totally off here. It's just, it's like, I was, what shall we say, younger in regards of the you grow as time goes in regards and begin to experience things and learn more and so forward. I just, why would you ever, put on another face, if you're a Roman Catholic, why couldn't you just say you were, Anyway, so that, I was pretty deceived at that, in regards of this guy. And he couldn't just honestly, I asked him, when did you become a Catholic? I was like, okay, because, it's like, I wanted to know, were you actually a Catholic before I met you in Jerusalem, Because, there's something wrong here. And, of course, might already have been an issue at that point in regards of, so I was rethinking things, going back in my head in regards of what, this is odd. It is really odd, and anyway, I never could get, how hard can it be to, when did you become a Catholic? He couldn't even answer me. It's like, why are you not answering? Should that be a very hard question, If he had been a Roman Catholic all his life, why couldn't you just, maybe because it was exposing some of his, it's just, it's just dishonest. It's just totally dishonest. and listening to what you and actually seeing it with my own eyes, what you guys are doing in these whorehouses. It's incredible wicked. Listening to these things and all that, and I was in Jerusalem and all that, and I was like, I had my doubt, I didn't really, hearing these things, I was like, nah, no one could do that in our days, that's just, I had my, so I went to this place in the old city where there was this, what is it called? There's a popular place where they believed Yeshua was executed and so forward. And I went in there and I felt like I wanted to get out of that place. But anyway, I wanted to see for myself if this was true, that these things was going on. And I guess I wasn't really, what shall we say? It was, and I actually also have video of it. I should probably delete it. And I haven't been able to watch it after, something is just compelling me not to see these abominations. It's just disgusting. It's utterly disgusting. What are you guys doing, Idols, images, and fixing all these things on that stone where you believe that Yeshua was laid. And, people are just, laying there and all the, mystical stuff and whatever, it's like, different things, being put on the rock because they think it gives them a blessing, the item a blessing. Yes. Anyway, it's just outrageous. How can you people be so blind? Anyway, so I got verification on that. I was like, this is incredible. So, I don't understand it. And then you keep Sunday, right? A lot of the Protestants are keeping Sunday as well. But the Sunday is the first day of the week. It's not the last day of the week. And yet, Sunday in regards of what? The venerated day of the sun god Sol Invictus. It's not even a secret. You can find it in lexicons and regardless of Roman Catholic sources even, You can find it everywhere. If you dig into it. It's the first day of the week. And yet people in Denmark believe it's the last day of the week because we apparently have education against education. Learning against learning. Not actually teaching people the truth, but, withholding information, Again, in regards of, I don't know how one could do it, and probably the government would be against you on so many levels, but I think homeschooling would be a lot better, even if it's bad homeschooling, would be a lot better than to send your children to the government. I could read one single Protestant book to my child, and that child, that child would probably know more about truth than any of what it would get in 10 years in the school system. It's incredible. It's, no one knows who the Antichrist is. I can run around here in Denmark and ask, hey, do you know who the Antichrist is? And they will just stand there. As that. They don't want to even talk to you, I went to a Lutheran gathering. I took some coffee. I shouldn't really be drinking coffee, but anyway, at least not that much. But anyway, I took some coffee. I went around to the people. These so-called Protestant Lutherans. And I went around. Hey, do you know who the Antichrist is? And that, one, a little help on the way, and he actually began to sing a song which actually has been censored here in this nation, and actually also in English and German, in regards of the Papst und Türk, or what is it called? I can't remember it at the moment in regards, but in regards of a warning against the two arch enemies, children of Martin Luther from 1542. Anyway, but all the rest, and I tried to get some hint to these people, some help. And you're really just, people didn't want to talk to you. They did, this is a Protestant Lutheran gathering, and they don't know who the Antichrist is. Oh, something is just terrible wrong. I've talked to these, if they're not running, these priests, these so-called priests, I don't know what to call them, these blind guides. If you're talking to them, and if they're not running, they will make a bad excuse. It's not really that important in regards to the Reformation, who the Antichrist was, and not important. Are you insane? Are you totally, why, how do you actually, are you getting money for this? You're getting money to not, what are you actually there for, It's like, are you just there to deceive the people and not tell them who the Antichrist is and sing ecumenical songs to the Antichrist 666? It's like, and you hear from people, oh, it's so nice that we now get all together and go along and this and that. Oh yeah, it's so nice that no one is talking about who the Antichrist is anymore. The triune tyrant and, just the prophetic, biblical, historical Antichrist. Oh, it's so nice that we can now all just run back to that guy or that office, that great toilet seat and toilet throne of the devil who has been giving this to, well, the poop. Anyway, this office of the poopacy. Protestants knew the truth, just go back and read, one book after another from the Protestants. This was just, just something everybody knew. No one knows these days. It's incredible. Anyway, in regards of you Roman Catholics, come out of the system. Awaken, open your eyes, begin to do some research. Read the book of Daniel, the book of Revelation. Begin to, take all the trash that you have heard from these wolves in sheep clothing and just cast it away. And read the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, and try to interpretate the Bible by the Bible. So, the book of Daniel is a very important book in regards to the beast and so forward, and you get a lot of hints, and then you begin to go to the book of Revelation, and it begins to open up. It begins to open up. Just follow the spirit of truth instead of the spirit of error. Of course, you will probably be discredited if you become a Christian, because then the Roman Catholic system, if you, for example, are a priest or a bishop or a cardinal or whatever, they will tell, no, you were never a Catholic, and this and that. You see it every time, pretty much, oh, no, he was not really a priest, and it's just like, oh, the illegible priest, and, all these words saying, nah, it wasn't, and this and that. Oh, yeah, the guy just had some fun fleeing the nation to another nation just because, it's just because of fame or something like that? Is that what you are going for? Okay, the guy renounces Roman Catholicism, and, what he can get as a prize is being killed, Oh, yeah, that's okay, I guess, he's just doing it for fun, okay, Anyway, of course, we know there are wolves in sheep clothing and so forward, so we have to be careful, but seeing how this system is working in regards of, oh, no, they were never Catholics, they were never, no, they're lying, they don't trust them, and this and that, it's a tactic that is used, again and again and again and again, to, protect their filthy cult. And I don't understand, you Catholics, you can, this guy, for example, that wrote a book in regards of Hitler's Pope, for example. So he's writing this book, and he has gotten access to the Vatican library, and he's writing a book, and then he, finds out things that is, this is not good, it actually, and the guy is still a Catholic, and he just said, oh, well, but there are good popes and there are bad popes, he says. And I'm like, what are you talking about, This is just, And he's continuing to be a Roman Catholic. I don't know if he actually is still alive or not, but then you have all the propaganda against him, trying to discredit him, even if he's a Roman Catholic. You know, like fire is raining down on him in regards to trying to discredit him and his book and so forward and this and that. And yet the guy is a Roman Catholic. He's like, oh yeah, that's true, these things and all that, but you know, there are bad poops and there are good poops, you know, or good poops and bad poops. The quote is, you know, I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, you're seeing all these things, and you're doing, you know, you've done your own studies and all that, and that's what you conclude, you know, and this is just one of the many, you know. And of course, you know, propaganda out there selling, you know, this and that, and he wasn't. And, you know, real historians would reject all the things that he wrote and all that. Well, how many of those real historians had actually access to the Vatican Library like he did? And of course, you know, the big propaganda thing, you know, is out there to, you know, to try to make the Roman Catholic look like a, you know, so purity, you know. I actually wrote on this, like shit. This is actually another guy. He's called Nick Tran. He writes for 4 years ago on YouTube. John Conville was not a good Catholic because he betrayed the church when he condemning the Holy Pope. I would say, you know, unholy poop. But anyway, he wrote a bad book. That would be Hitler's Pope. The history of the world will reveal that John Conville, a former seminarian, was wrong. And I'll try, you know, I'll check it here. Let me try to translate, because the truth is not important, and we Catholics are just plain liars, so we can defend our wicked satanic cult and follow the Antichrist and rewrite history to our own spotless image of purity. Yeah, something like that. I think that's pretty good. The same thing, but I can't remember her name, but there's like this popular Roman Catholics, and, you know, I have images where she's sitting down before an idol of Buddha, I think it is, you know, and but she's seen as what's her name? Anyway, I remember like a quote that, you know, that said something like that, even if the Pope was the devil, you know, as a Roman Catholic, we have to follow him. And it's like, no. What did Jesus say? What did Yeshua say? You know, there will be wolves in sheep clothing. Test them. You know, find out if the tree is rotten. You know, and look at the fruit and, you know, try to figure out if this is actually a rotten tree, you know. Test, you know, just don't naively just go, oh yeah, this is, and just go, you know, test these guys, you know. I just don't understand, you know. What did we have? Oh yeah, but at the point, apparently the Roman Catholics here are talking about, you know, in regards of the Pope, talking about that you should follow the UN in regards to the United Nations. Of course, maybe because they themselves have created this institution. And by the way, the United Nations have Lucifer Trust, Lucifer Trust, which is just, in our days, it's named Lucy Trust. But apparently it was a little too clear what they were going about in regards of Lucifer Trust. It says, Pope Francis, our duty is to obey the United Nations. And this is from the 14th September. So this is actually this month, according to the Roman Catholic, the Roman Julian Gregorian, you know, sun calendar, which is not biblical at all. You don't find it in the Bible. Of course, you don't find Christ Mass in the Bible either, or Easter, or many of the other. Yeah, then you're allowed to lie once a year, right? Are we pretty much, what's that? Oh, that's, I don't know, okay, it's in regards of March. And I remember some sources in regards of that, in regards of actually being, that they made this tradition because that was actually when they actually kept the New Year, because the New Year, according to the Bible, is not in the winter. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, maybe you should read your Bible. It's like, because it's like Old Testament, it doesn't seem like people are reading the Bible anymore. The New Year, in regards of what we are keeping in the West, are in regards of the false god Janus, who looks in both directions and so forward. Nothing to do with the Bible. Oh, really? Yeah, really. Go look it up. Why are we so, what is it called in regards of English? Why are we so comfortable with the lies and all these pagan traditions? Why are we so comfortable with these things? Why are we not doing anything? Why are we just continuing to do these pagan things, these pagan satanic traditions that is not teaching us anything but lies and vanity and stupidity, instead of going to the traditions of God? It's just incredible that we actually can learn something up from and makes us wiser. Anyway, so not only the New Year in regards of the New Year is in spring, according to the Bible. It's not in the winter, it's not in the fall, it's not whatever. It's in the spring. Good, okay. Have that settled. Then we have Christ Mass in regards to the venerated day of the sun gods, Sol Invictus or Mithra or Apollo or whatever, apparently have many different names. Doesn't matter, because, they will say, oh, there you see Yeshua, also born on the 25th December or whatever, and thereby it's, Yeshua was not born on the 25th December. This is a tradition coming later on, where they paganize the Christians, thinking to change times and laws. That's what the devil do, and what the devil have done. Yeah. So, Christ Mass in Denmark, Denmark. It's actually Denmark. It's called, in regards of the Danish. I don't know in English why we have Denmark. Maybe that's the way to, in regards of English and all that. But actually it's Denmark. Anyway, we don't call Christ Mass. We call it and Christ Mass because what do you see on the television on the late 24th to near 25th of December, the beginning of the 24th? Well, you see the Antichrist in the television. And apparently Roman Catholics have this law that they have to go to the Mass at the 25th December, as I understand it. Well, is that biblical? Nope, that's not biblical. Not found in the Bible anywhere. To go to this cookie. Do they even break the bread? No, it doesn't seem so, You just get the cookie whole. Well, that destroys the whole idea of it. You break the bread. Why? Because Yeshua's bread was broken. And his wine put out for the sins of the world, once and for all. Not in a continual, perpetual sacrifice in the Roman Catholic whorehouses. I'm getting tired. It's just incredible how blind, this is a deception. You shouldn't underestimate Satan. It seems like most people out there are underestimating Satan. It's getting kind of hot here. So, what are we actually celebrating on Christ Mass? Well, in regards of Danish, we call it Yule. If you come to Denmark and ask, in regards of, if you want the word for Christ Mass, it's Yule. Now, where does that word comes from? Or where does it stem from? It goes back to Yulna. And where does Yulna go to? Well, Yulna go to Odin. And who's Odin? Well, that's pagan god. Oh, I think actually he was the highest pagan god in the Nordic thing and all that. I haven't done further research. It doesn't matter. It's not in the Bible. It's paganism. Get it, trash it. Because then you have something in regards of Saturnalia as well, in regards of, these, where you're drinking, you're eating to excess and all that. Anyway, and what are we doing at Christ Mass? Well, eating to excess, drinking, maybe whoring, It's not the spirit of truth, that's for sure. It's, the spirit of Christ Mass, or as we call it in Danish, juleånden. Ånden is spirit and Yule is in regards of, Odin and all that. But anyway, yeah. So we still have all those pagan words pointing us back to what it really is. But it's not the spirit of the Bible. How can it be when it's not based on truth? It's not, then people will say, oh, there you go, see, Christianity is just, it's just another form of paganistic in regards of the sun birth and all that. Well, the problem is, Christ Mass is not found in the Bible. So how can you even use that argument? Well, you can't, because that argument is, if you actually calculate when Yeshua might have been born, you rather get to the day of, or the festival of Sukkot, which is actually now, as far as my going in regards to the fall. But anyway, that's so. Some people keeps it a month later. But anyway, and I haven't actually been so good at actually keeping it. But I'm learning. I'm trying. Maybe I should try a little more. But there's a huge amount of things that we have totally just been cast over the shoulder, which we should. No. Oh.